Hello everyone, this is SageEthereal, and welcome to a new episode of a new series. In this series, we are going to be playing some Halcyon 6 Starbase Commander. Now, this game is somewhat new. It's brand new to me, basically. I believe it started on Kickstarter and has been in early access for a while, but version 1 was just released recently, and I thought I'd give it a try. I actually went through and played the tutorial, so I have a somewhat decent idea of what's going on, although not great, to be honest. And so we're going to start off just with the main campaign. For difficulty, I guess we'll go middle of the road Commander difficulty, which is the way it's meant to be played, apparently. And yeah, looking forward to it. I played a few different games like this. The first that comes to mind was, I think it's Space-Base DF9, which was similar in terms of like the kind of base building, I guess. So it should be fun. Like I said, I don't have much idea about what's going on, but we will learn together. How about that? So we need to pick an officer to start with. Let's see, in the tutorial, I used this guy, just randomly selected. Yeah. I will slowly scroll through this flavor text here, so you can pause and read it if you want. But we're going to select him. He has some combat abilities here. Matter reconstruction looks good. Spin maneuver 1. Warp atomic structure. So this is actually different. Okay, that's interesting. I think this is a different set of abilities. Though I may be wrong. Maybe I'm just misremembering. That's completely and totally possible. So the science type ships are apparently the fastest hitting of the 3 ship class types. So we will go with, I think his name was Lucas, but I'm not 100% sure. So we have a bit of a briefing here. One of the things we need to work on is upgrading the starbase and the fleet. So we can build new rooms. We have to explore rooms first. And then we can unlock new things, obviously. And we want to start with getting an officer academy, which makes sense. We want to get more officers up because officers are, I guess, the characters that do most of the things. So you need, from what I understand, an officer per ship, and officers can basically do tasks for you. So, recover Federation facilities. We were just to get the kind of backstory here, Halcyon 6 is a old precursor alien races space station, basically. And we, part of the Terran, I think, Terran Republic or something like that, Terran Federation? Yeah, New Terran Federation. So we are part of the Terran Federation, and we were just attacked by some weird sort of alien spaceship creature things. That's about all I know so far. And the hope is that Halcyon 6, which we were left in charge of, will be able to fight back this invasion. So we can recover Federation facilities that had been destroyed or lost and make contact with survivors. There's space pirates down here, which have been harassing us. That was part of the tutorial, was getting attacked by pirates. So we can go down there and deal with them. It's one of the tasks we can do. But that is about it, so we're going to start game. We're going to start by promoting a new officer. So we can do Beverly Cruncher. Nice. I'm tempted to just go with that just because of the reference there. Yeah. we have a science. We'll just go with another science. Why not? I don't really know what the difference is going to be. I think they kind of specialize in different attack styles. So we have Beverly Cruncher. And now we have some missions we can take part in. A notification here that survivors have been detected in Alpha Volantis. If we hit go to, is up here. It is a planetary type star system. It might have a colony. What is going on here? Do we know? I don't think we know. Again, I have like 30 minutes in this, and that is it, doing the tutorial. So aside from that, I am kind of winging it. So they're requesting aid. We can expand the fleet or hunt down pirate fleets. So if we go back here, can we look in here? So this is our starbase. As you can see, it's a bunch of empty, ruined rooms at the moment. There's a few things. We have a fleet command, a tech research archive, a ship construction, starship hangar, bridge, quarters. So a few different things. But what we can do is we can explore these and then build different rooms in them. It takes an officer a certain amount of time to actually do this. So these are abandoned rooms from before we had taken over the ship. So I'm assuming we could potentially run into some bad things as well. Let's see, for ships, we have one ship, the Acolyte, which is awaiting orders. It needs a commanding officer. So what we're going to do is Lucas Beaumont, assuming that's how you pronounce that, is going to lead our tier 1 ship. So that is the beginning of our fleet, or at least one of our fleets. I think you will end up having more than one. We have some resources up here: crew, materials, dark matter, and fuel. So, things to keep in mind. And you can assign officers to some of these different rooms to, I guess, sort of provide bonuses, if I remember correctly from what I was reading. So, yeah, I think you can do any of these sorts of things. But they require an officer of the appropriate type, it looks like. So these are tactical, engineering, and science. So this one improves the Acolyte's aim and evasion. It affects all existing and new Acolytes in the fleet. So it needs a officer ranked lieutenant, which is level 1 apparently. And so on and so forth. It takes 15 days, so quite a while I think. We could probably look into making another ship. Here, we can make Knight, Acolyte, Rogue, and a shuttle. Well, actually, those are the different starter ones for the different types. So for engineering, it's the Knight. For science, it's the Acolyte. And for tactical, it's the Rogue. So I think since our second officer is science, we would have to go with another Acolyte, which may actually have been a mistake, but we will deal with it. Let's see what else is going on here. I think one of the first things we're going to want to do is just probably clear out another room. So it's going to take 3 days. We're going to assign Beverly Cruncher to it. And it's just a ruin section. It needs to be cleared before anything can be built. So she's going to do that. Now, this is our one guy. So there is like a tech tree type thing here. Looks like they have traits and biographies. Now, We go back to the star map. This place up here was requesting assistance, requesting aid. So what we could do is we could send our fleet there. And I'm thinking that it's probably what we're going to try doing. Although there are some pirate fleets down here, it looks like. I guess I'm just going to kind of hope that they just kind of stick down there for now. What is this, a refinery? So I think if we were to stop at some of these places that have Federation colonies and things on them, we could get resources. But what we're going to do is we are going to send our fleet. We actually have to create one. So just our little acolyte ship here with our Lucas Beaumont. He's a legendary science officer. Fuel 11. What does that mean? Is that how much fuel I could get if I go there? Or is that how much it's going to cost to get there? Because if that is how much it's going to cost to get there, that's a lot. We'll see. Launch. So we're passing time automatically. Lucas's fleet made contact with a colony at Alpha of Atlantis. I'm not going to lie to you, Commander. Our colony was just about on the brink of collapse, but now that you're in charge, I should be able to shore up support and get my colonists back into a more reasonable state. We have a fully stocked and functional colony here, Commander. Consider it at your disposal. We're not going to lie, most of us would prefer to be evacuated to that station of yours, but if you need us here, we can pull in any Federation refugees we encounter from the area. Okay, so we can leave them here, and they will generate us crew. So we can get extra crew per day. Up to 40 before we come and take them back. So once it hits 40, we're going to have to come here, otherwise we're just wasting time. We could take one crew, or we could evacuate the facility, but that means we're not going to get this passive crew collection, although it does mean that we're going to have to defend it. So we'll start by just taking the crew. And that's it. We're going to leave that. So there's a colony generating crew. We have a portal where the cruel, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that, are kind of spawning in, and we have a spawn pit defense fleet here, which looks pretty tough, so I'm not going to go anywhere near that. But if we look here again in our event queue, explore room is done in 1 day, mission, expand the fleet, or hunt down pirates. Let's see. That looks kind of tough. That'd be a 2-on-1. These look like they're both pretty weak ships. They have 200 points of hull, I'm guessing is what that is, and ours has 640. So that's a possibility. This one, again, is 2, and this guy looks a little bit tougher. The problem is I'm not sure if I can just come down here and attack this guy without getting involved with this one as well. So if we just look around here a bit, asteroid fields are a potential supply of materials. A pulsar can supply dark matter. Planetaries produce crew. And nebulas can be used to produce fuel. Okay. So it looks like there's about 4 main types of planet or system here. And apparently we have a refinery here, so let's send our fleet there. Why not? Redirect fleet. Auto forward time. Are you not there yet? We'll actually just fast forward time until this is done. My team is under attack, okay? Sorry about clearing my throat there. Still a little under the weather. We have been ambushed by a squad of myrmidillion. Okay, prepare for combat. We can add some cadets here. Okay. It's just one, a fledgling myrmidillion grub. If I right click, I can see some stats about him. Growth spike, poison spike, and spike launch. Vulnerable against psionic, but resistant to physical. So we can do a single enemy attack here. That's all enemies. Single ally for a heal. And an all enemies paranoia type attack. Doesn't do as much damage, but does have a 70% chance of confusing them. I think we're going to start off with a basic irradiate 1, maybe. Oh, we're not even in combat yet. We are now deployed, though. So, irradiate 1, 96% chance to hit. Ooh, cool. Oh, our cadet took a hit. We have laser pistol and hand taser. So this does electrical damage. This exploits afflicted. So that means if the enemy is afflicted, then this will do increased damage. Now I'm pretty sure our irradiate attack that we used with Beverly Cruncher has a chance of causing affliction. So it might be a good idea to try to stack those. And you can do a drone attack, which does some mechanical damage and can expose. Why not? We'll try that. Ooh, cool. So emergency meds we can only do 3 times, it looks like. Oh, this does psionic damage, which they're weak to. I may do that. Let's see how that goes. It's also confused and used birth spike and exposed. Oh, it's now even more deadly. That's great. So now we're going to use irradiate. It's afflicted, so our laser pistol should do a lot more damage. So we got a bit of a combo there. Now that one does not exploit affliction, so... Oh, that was a lot of damage to our little cadet there. We could... No. I think we're going to want to keep this up. So irradiate. Oh, and it's dead. Ooh. Kind of exploded there. So, we got some materials and some dark matter. We didn't lose anyone. We actually leveled up our person here. Okay, so we have a skill point we can use. So ablative field is a single ally buff, it looks like. This looks like another buff. And this is an attack. Single enemy. It has a 75% chance of causing crew panic. And if they're hull breached, it'll exploit that and do more damage. So they have 3 ship and 3 ground combat. at least. Okay. So they're still doing that. Can I? Okay, I can still upgrade you. But I can't get anything there, so I have to go with one of these ship-based skills, and I think we'll do this attack. Sounds good to me. Okay, so we have a level 2 officer. Not bad. And for the moment, we are just going to go back to the star map and continue just letting time pass. And we'll see what happens here when these guys... Okay, they've cleared out the section. Dark matter multiplier, diatherium reactor, which gives us power. This increases the amount of dark matter we get. And this increases the amount of materials. Okay, now one thing we probably should have taken a look at way back at the start is our tech tree here. Let's see what we could start researching. We want to get an officer academy. Okay, so 300 materials, 200 dark matter. We can afford that. And that is going to take... Does that take time, or did we just get that? We'll see. If I go here... Okay, so it looks like we just get it. Now, I don't have enough power or materials. So the first thing we're going to actually want to do is probably go for this reactor. So I'm not going to have enough power to actually get anything else until I do this. So that's going to take 4 days. I think we're probably just going to want to have our Beverly Cruncher do another explore room. And our fleet. So we could pick up some crew, I think. I could have them return home. I want to get the crew from the colony. Do I have to do send fleet again? Okay, if I do that, don't auto forward time. Although, okay. Huh. How do I get the resources from the thing and the stuff? I want to go to the planet. Can I click on it? A little bit of derpage going on, but hey, I was not taught this in the tutorial. I want to go to the colony. Send a fleet didn't do anything. View just brings me here. It doesn't seem to be anything worthwhile. Let's see, ship construction, tech resources, officers' quarters, main menu. Okay. I could wander down here. I could just see about maybe exploring something. Why not? Let's just go here and see what happens. You go there and do things. And we are going to set off. Made contact with a fuel refinery. Okay. What a relief. Here we thought we'd be stuck, floating on this facility, producing fuel that nobody would ever use, waiting to be gobbled up by passing fleshy space monsters. Thanks for saving us from that fate. Now, Commander, though it's a nice view, my crew and myself would much rather prefer to be transferred to a little less precarious a location. Say that station of yours? Of course, we'll stay here as long as you need us to produce our fuel. Well, I need you to produce fuel. You have 8 already that I can take. So I'm not going to evacuate the facility yet. But we are going to leave. So I think the first thing we're probably going to want to do is just a little bit of exploring and recontacting all of these Federation facilities that we had lost. So, you, fleet, go here. And pass time. Used to be the site of a materials mine. Ooh, been rendered worthless by the cruel. All the miners have been killed in the attack. They were due to send a large shipment of materials to New Terra. If we sent a team, we could beat back the cruel and return the materials to Halcyon 6. Okay. Should we send a team looking for the materials shipment? Why not? Let's try it. Let's see what happens. You, cadets, help me fight this juvenile cruel spider. You have a laser pistol that exploits afflicted and the hand taser that inflicts shocked. And you have a laser pistol that exploits shocked and inflicts afflicted. Okay, so these guys could just go back and forth, exploiting and adding afflictions. Or vulnerabilities, I guess. I don't know what you would call them. Invasive surgery. Has a chance of causing afflicted to myself. It's not great. Okay. Well, we will deploy our officers and we will attack this weird spider thing. Irradiate it. It is afflicted. It is rabid. So it has improved damage but reduced damage resistance. You can exploit the affliction, which it dodged. You can inflict afflicted again, or just do some damage. Let's see what this does. I wonder, can you stack afflicted? Well, I won't know because it dodged that too. I could try to confuse it. Let's see, if I right click on it, it is vulnerable to electric but resistant to psionic. So that's not going to be great because it's psionic damage. So I think irradiate is still the way to go. It resisted. Ooh, man. Just tore apart our cadet. I guess these are the red shirts of the game, though. So they're kind of meant to be a bit disposable. So it's still afflicted. So we'll exploit that. And you will just do some damage. Oh, you are in critical. So you could die at any time and you're bleeding. My main guy here is also bleeding. I could heal you. Okay, we'll do it. I don't want to lose anyone here. Oh. Oh, man. That was brutal. That's electrical. Was it? It was vulnerable to electrical. I think we're just going to have to try to kill it quickly. Oh, man, it dodged. Okay. Hit it and kill it. We're just going to bank on a hit here. Okay, it's dead. Whoa. It exploded again. And some more materials and dark matter. A full shipment of 70 materials. Our officer is ready to be promoted. So that's a ruined facility. You can get a special epic point, or epic skill at level 7. Are these the same thing? No, these are slightly different. Weapons disruption was what it exploits, and that's a buff. I'm pretty sure we already got this on our other character, so I'm going to go with the spin maneuver one. A kamikaze move that hits all enemies. That's kind of scary sounding, but hey, we'll go with it. So, that is going to be the end of our first episode. We did a bit, we got some exploration done, both in our starbase here, uncovering another room and building a reactor, as well as checking out some of these other systems out here. We did a bit of ground fighting. We haven't done any space fighting yet, but I'm sure that will come soon. We'll probably come down and see just what happens if I do come and try to attack this guy. Hopefully I can just kind of take on this one fleet. My fear is that if these are both in the same system, which I can't really tell, I guess this is another system, so this one could be here, and so on, and each one could have one. But the fear is if they're both in the same system, if that is a thing, if I have to fight both at the same time, or one after the other, which would be brutal. We'll just quickly check our notifications here. Yes, our officers were promoted. We're going to be building a diatherium reactor here in 2 days and finishing the exploration of another room in 1. And our missions are still expand the fleet and hunt down pirate fleets. But we will get to that in the next episode. This has been SageEthereal, and this has been episode 1 of my new Halcyon 6 Starbase Commander series. Looking forward to this. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. So definitely let me know what you think down in the comments. Aside from that, I hope to see you soon. And take care, and have a great day.